Okay, you can start, motherfucker.
Buongiorno, and welcome to the No Ball Games podcast, episode 4. Let's get into it.
Perfect.
You're gonna do this shit every single fucking time we start.
I'm going to say hello in a different language each time. Here we are anyway, episode 4 of our podcast. Surprisingly no awards yet. It's a bit weird that we've not received any of them, really, isn't it?
I don't know. It's almost. It should be time for it. 3 episodes was more than enough for
I mean,
at least
on,
a Golden
guys.
Globe. At least.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce you, Bruno. He's 5'3" and he's got 2 cats. Bruno Diaz. He's got the clap and he is a twat. Bruno Diaz. Do you like that song, mate?
Yeah, the only thing that's not right there, it's the 5'3".
Did you like that song?
Yeah, the
Was
clap
it a little
is fine.
too accurate, maybe?
Except the 5'3".
You sure?
Yeah. The clap is okay. Yeah, true. Clapped. Yeah, cats.
Right.
But not 5'3". 5 foot. Yeah,
5'0".
5'9".
Right. So, still the biggest story in the world at the moment, Black Lives Matter. The problem's never been more self-evident in the UK than it is right now. There's lots of videos unearthing of black people being stopped and searched by police, arrested in some cases. In a large degree, the police have been a lot more polite and respectful. However, it's probably a still large degree of racial profiling, maybe. What do you make of that, Bruno?
I don't know, man. I saw a video today, actually a short clip of UK Met police officer stopping a car. I don't know exactly where it was. I know it's somewhere in London. And he stops the car and the guy asks him, so why exactly have you stopped me? And he goes like, well, honestly, it's because you're a black male. Literally, he said this to him.
Did they hear him incorrectly? Maybe he said, actually, it's because of blackmail.
No.
You've been blackmailing me and my family.
He actually said, it's because you're a black male. And then he went, the guy on the car was like, what? He's like, wait, I'll explain. It will make sense afterwards. And I'm like, how will it make sense if you start with, it's because you're a black male?
Yeah.
And then he explained, no, it's because you're a black male, okay, yeah, but we are searching for a black male that is actually dealing drugs in this area. And I've been a police officer here for a long time. I've never seen your car, never seen you around. And I kind of thought it could be you. And he's like, but you're racially profiling me.
Big
And he's
time.
like, yeah, okay, but you need to agree that I've never seen you here. And that's why I'm stopping you. And he's like, no, I don't agree. Just because I'm black, it doesn't mean that I'm dealing drugs.
Fair point. I mean, we continue to show our support and encourage everyone else to do so. Discrimination is a big problem in England. We could sit here and talk about the scummy EDL that are going on in London at the moment, but I don't want to give them any sort of publicity, to be honest with you, Bruno. I don't want to entertain the cunts that are out there.
I think that's an understatement.
That's something I want to say, actually. If you are speaking out against all of this, don't let these cunts silence you. You know, don't let these people prevent you from sharing important information and terrible things that are going on. Standing up for what is right is like the pinnacle of a modern mind. And to all those people out there that are against Black Lives Matter, against the anti-racism movement, you all need to educate yourselves, right? Reevaluate and realise you've got 2 choices at the moment. You can be on the right side of history, or you can stay on the wrong side of history.
I know might be something bad to say, but they can just go fuck themselves. I'm sorry, it's too honest, but they can just go fuck themselves.
How could you, Bruno?
It's simple as that. Come on. Because the thing is, it's not only... The problem will be here in the UK, it's going to be different than America. It's the racism, that's fine, but it's also the fact that they are all those EDL guys, whatever, they're also against foreigners. Myself being a foreigner, if this carries on, I'm gonna have that at some point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a target of that.
Then I'm
as
gonna
well.
have to fight someone for you.
And probably we're gonna have to fuck up someone, and that's not a good idea.
I think the funny thing about it is they're claiming to be protecting Keegan, our editor. This is our editor.
He's our director. Fuck off now.
He's interrupting us like, guys, cut the crap. The funny thing about these guys apparently protecting Winston Churchill's statue in London is they're saying that this guy has, saved the world from Nazis who were against black people, Jews, most people of race, gypsies, gay people, etc. And they decide that the best way to honour his memory is Nazi salutes and chants of racism.
It says a lot.
Brilliant, yeah. The other people are the ones disrespecting his memory, not you guys.
No,
fucking idiots.
Doing a Nazi salute.
Absolute idiots. And the other thing I want to say is the authorities are the ones that stand to gain the most out of our segregation. So, in the immortal words of Public Enemy, fight the power.
Yeah, fight the power. That's it.
Anyway, Bruno, let's move on to one of our pastimes, watching football. I saw Bayern versus Frankfurt in the Deutsche Pokal.
I didn't watch that.
It was a decent game. Bayern were all over him in the first half, but Frankfurt were very good in the second. I want to give a special shout out to Frankfurt because they replaced their kit sponsor with the hashtag Black Lives Matter, which I think deserves high praise. Elsewhere in German football, there were some Bundesliga games at the weekend. You had Dortmund, they won against Fortuna Düsseldorf 1-0.
Last minute goal.
Yeah, the very last minute from Erling Haaland. Werder Bremen battered Paderborn 5-1 in their bid for survival. Bayern also played at the weekend. They played against Borussia Mönchengladbach. That ended up winning 2-1. And Frankfurt beat Hertha Berlin 4-1. Freiburg and Wolfsburg eke out a 2-2 draw. And Köln lost to Union Berlin 2-1.
What a pity.
Yeah. The game, I watched some of the games. They don't find them as... They were better in the week before, to be honest. There was a lot more sort of action.
I'm an avid supporter of Cologne now.
Yeah. For reasons we cannot discuss for
we cannot disclose.
Legal reasons. So the La Liga also returned, Bruno. The Spanish football returned. Sevilla played Real Betis on Friday, winning 2-1 in the Seville derby. Really? I didn't watch the game. I saw the highlights.
I didn't watch it as well.
But by all accounts, Betis were a bit woeful. What else? You had Espanyol. They won 2-0 against Alaves. Villarreal beat Celta Vigo 1-0. Leganés lost 2-1 against Real Valladolid. And Barcelona beat Mallorca in the late game. I think it was 4-0 in that game.
Something like that.
And obviously we watched Real Madrid today. They won 3-1 against Eibar. And what was the other game? Atletico versus...
Atletico Bilbao versus Atletico Madrid. 1-0.
1-0. And there's a late kick-off, Sociedad versus...
Sociedad against... I don't know.
Yeah. Who cares?
Leganés. No,
it's not Leganés.
No, it's someone else. Whatever.
Italian football also returned. Lots of football coming back at the moment. There was a Coppa Italia semi-finals. You had Juventus versus AC and Napoli versus Inter. Pretty crap games, to be honest.
Both.
One ended 0-0, one ended 1-1.
Both shit.
Juve went through on away goals.
They were lucky.
Yes. And I think Napoli went through 2-1 on aggregate in the end.
2-1, yeah. Especially if you remember the first game between Juventus and Milan, where Milan could have won the game.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Milan. It's been many years of mediocrity.
Too many. It was one of my favourite teams back in the day. Yeah,
they were a joy to watch. What's going on in the Portuguese league then, Bruno? The Farmers League, as the rest of the world knows it.
Farmers League.
Farmers and fishermen.
It started last week. Benfica actually played...
Portimonense.
Portimonense was this week. The week before we played at home against... I don't even remember the team that we played. It was a small team, but we drew the game. Porto lost against Famalicão, and we were in first place. Then we drew again against Portimonense after winning for 2-0. We let them draw at the end of the game, and Porto won. So now Porto is 2 points clear from us. Sporting won one game, drew the other one. It's been weird because it's like the teams, they don't have like any kind of... It's like they lost the ability to play football. Not that they played much before, but they got to a point that they literally don't know how to play football anymore.
It's because they've come off the back of, harvesting the crops that they've been growing.
During COVID.
All right, so there's more football news. So the English League One won't be returning. All of the clubs have voted to end it early. The playoffs are still going on. So whoever's in those positions now will be playing in the playoffs. I've not heard anything about League 2, but To be fair, I didn't look. And the Premier League players, when they come back, they'll be wearing Black Lives Matters on the back of their shirt instead of their name, which I think is commendable. That was the other thing, the German league, actually. I noticed all of the players took a knee. I think that sends a powerful message. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think they need to continue doing it until there's actual social change.
But that needs to happen everywhere. You saw that police in America, not the police officer, police chief took a knee, and she had to resign.
Yeah.
Because she took a knee to support the Black Lives Movement. And come on, why is she being fired? Because she's just supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. That's it. That's nothing more. And not everyone is the same. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's a problem. So little bit more news about football. Major League Soccer in America, they're going to be returning with a month-long tournament in July, being played at Disneyland Resort, Florida. I didn't know they had any football pitches there, to be honest, mate.
What the fuck? Who's going to play Mickey Mouse?
Yeah. They've got all the Disney characters.
He's going to be the referee. He's going to be the referee.
Yeah, that's the UFC that they're doing there. All right, let's move on from that to one of our sections. So I'll introduce the guy that's going to read them.
Oh, shit.
Responsible for the theft of many treasures from India. No, it's not the British Empire. It's Mr. Bruno Diaz. Bruno, have you got some weird news for us this week?
I do. What the hell did I steal in India?
You tell me. The people want answers.
I'm like, whoa. Well,
whatever it was, give it back.
Speaking of India, literally speaking
a little
of
segue
India,
there.
In India, officials claim they captured a Pakistan spy pigeon. And
spy pigeons?
Yeah, they're actually...
These pigeons these days are getting too smart, mate.
The pigeon is being convicted of...
Convicted?
Of being a spy.
What happens to him?
I don't know.
Does he go to prison?
I don't know.
Imagine he comes out a hardened criminal.
A fucking teardrop tattooed in.
He's peddling drugs to everyone. He re-offends. He's instantly back in. It's a vicious cycle for these pigeons, Bruno.
Yeah, I know. They said people saw him flying with a tag tied to its leg, so they caught the pigeon because he's a spy. I'm like, but isn't that what, you know, pigeons actually, some of them do have their tags. It's normal. But, well. And then you wonder why I steal things from India.
Was it a pigeon? Was it a spy pigeon you'd placed there?
That's why he was delayed. I was waiting for him a long time.
You sent in a robbery pigeon. It was like that Mission Impossible scene, wasn't it?
It was ridiculous.
He lowers himself down on the wire. Stealing diamonds.
Well, let's carry on. That was just a warm-up. I found another one that says scientists went cuckoo due to laughing gas from penguin poo. And
are all these bird related?
Yeah. I have a lot of bird shit today. Literally. So basically, yeah, the scientists that were going, you know, observing the wildlife, the penguins, they...
where were they?
They consumed a lot of nitrous oxide coming out of the poo.
Fucking hell. The thing is, you probably shouldn't tell some countries that, because there will be some that try and weaponise that.
Probably. They say the levels of nitrous oxide, more commonly known as laughing gas, given off by the colony's feces, was about 100 times higher than in a fertilized field.
Well, it sounds like they had a hoot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Next one.
Let me try to see. There's a... I opened the Daily Mirror out of fun, and I just saw...
I wouldn't consider that fun, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I just saw a news that said, I found out my husband was married to 3 other wives, so I got my revenge body.
Leia!
She found out the husband was a bigamist, married to other 3 women in England.
That's illegal.
And he had 13 children that she was not aware of.
Jesus Christ, he's getting about.
So she said she would get her revenge body, and in 12 weeks she shed 2 stones.
She got revenge by losing weight.
Yeah, revenge body. I don't know. She probably wants to have 13 kids with someone else.
Strange way to get revenge, that, isn't it? No, I'm going to have 3 husbands and 13 kids.
It's just weird, man.
People are weird.
But this guy, he was actually arrested because
Is this him?
his offences, included bigamy, fraud, gun crimes, and he was also a convicted sex offender.
What a catch! What a catch these all women have got.
Have you seen his face? He looks like a proper
What is
twat.
wrong with all of these women? Imagine he's on a date and he's like, yeah, I'm into gun crime, sexual assault, marrying many women.
I'm a bigamist.
Also, I commit fraud. They're probably like, there, just spread legs, like, take me now.
It's just insane. Well, let's go to another one. This one is actually funny. Mum takes giant sex toy to DIY store to get paint that matches lurid hot pink color. She wanted to find a paint color matching the 6-inch sex toy, and she took it into a DIY store to get it scanned so that they can make literally...
Is this because she just likes the colour, or because she wants to paint her room so that it blends in and people don't obviously spot it?
No, she's the manager of an adult shop and she wants to paint the shop in that colour. But the funny thing is, she took it to Home Depot and she literally put it in the trolley in the children's place. And she was walking around
That's banter, to be
with the cards and the 6-inch pink dildo.
Some class banter. You're walking up to someone. You got any colours that match this?
No, but the funny thing, that's what I noticed, is it's called Simply Sweet. It's candy colored cockalicious. That's the description.
Cockalicious.
Cockalicious.
That's on my Tinder bio, to be fair. So I can't really have a go at that.
I don't know. It's 6-inch poppin' pink pecker.
Popping.
Poppin' pink pecker.
It is a poppin' pink pecker, to be fair. That is a bit of a mouthful, that. And I imagine that is also...
A mouthful.
I just struggle to get that out there.
A cockalicious 6-inch popping pink pecker.
Can you just... I'm going to put all of that on my Tinder bio now.
I'll send it to your WhatsApp later.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I'm sure I'll get all the matches. I'll just add on to it that I commit fraud, sexual assault, bigotry, and gun crime.
And cockalicious.
Yeah, but I am cockalicious.
Okay, this is something that you should take personally now. That little attempt of that American woman's cup of tea.
Oh, it angered me.
Yeah, traumatized Brits say American women's cup of tea attempt should
I was just
be
angered that the
illegal.
amount of fucking milk that they put. It should be fucking illegal, 100%. It's a hate crime.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a hate crime. Let's get it out there. The amount of milk that put in there, you would have milked a dairy cow to the fucking bone to get that amount of milk out.
If anyone listening to this never saw this, just a spoiler alert, she puts the tea bag in after the water.
She heats the water in the microwave. What else? She puts in fucking 200-year supply of milk.
Yes.
Bruno, I'm going to say something controversial here, mate. She's a cunt.
Yes, she is. She should be. Honestly.
Saw first of all, the daughter's all too happy to be in the video.
Yes.
She should be sat there thinking, this will not go down well. But it's the fucking cocky smile on the mother at the end. That fucking bitch. Fucking raging.
Hashtag make tea correctly. It's the new fucking trend now. The new movement. What the fuck are you doing, man?
Hashtag she's about to start World War 3. Boris, if you do have any nukes, find out where this bitch lives.
I don't know. Oh my god.
You got another one?
So basically, a mum bought a t-shirt online for a toddler, only £3. That was supposed to have 2 frogs in a bike, and she bought it. Okay, that's fine. But when the t-shirt came in, it had the frogs, and it also had an inscription below saying "fuck the police."
Yeah, I think I saw that. It's like the Wind in the Willows type.
Yeah, Frog and Toad riding a tandem bike together, saying "fuck."
Where can one acquire such art? That's fine art.
Man, this kills me.
If I ever have a kid, I'm getting him decked out in clobber like that, mate.
Oh.
What's this?
Twins who live identical lives reveal awkward moment. Boyfriend got them mixed up.
Oh shit!
That might have not been a problem for the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Definitely not a problem for the boyfriend.
No, it looks a bit plastic.
Isn't a sex doll the same?
Well, it depends if he gets twin sex dolls, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gets them confused at all.
No, but this one we'll just leave it away. I was trying to find one that it's literally interesting. You know, people like to post food stuff online.
Yeah.
So there's a woman that went to KFC, asked for fries, whatever, with extra salt. And then she posted it online, and the picture of the fries that you see, it's like it's been snowing on the crisps.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And she was saying, where is it?
Is there a picture of the woman that backs it up? Because I feel like I can guess what she looks like.
She wrote in the caption of the picture, "Now, when I say extra salt, this is what the fuck I mean. I want to choke on the salt. I want it to look like it's snowing." Is that salt or cocaine? I'm not too sure.
There's something wrong with this woman.
I'm pretty sure she's gonna be...
Is this America as well?
No. This is Australia.
Oh, well, that's pretty fucked up as well, aren't they?
It's almost the same.
They're pretty mad.
And talking about offensive food...
Oh, this is going to spark trouble,
This any Italian person that can be considered a real Italian will be pissed at this.
Yeah.
Because there's a guy that went online on Facebook on a group called Rate My Plate. And he decided to post a picture and say, "Please rate my carbonara." And the reactions he had was so bad.
I feel like they should name and shame this guy, to be honest with you. It's atrocious.
Stephen S. That's the only thing they say about his name. And people are saying it looks so bad. He's obviously given up on life.
Yeah.
So basically, the motherfucker bought canned pasta with tomato sauce, American cheese, and Frankfurter.
You should specify it's one of those little slices.
The yellow cheese, the ones you put on burgers. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
And he just put everything in a plate with a slice of cheese on top of it, and he chopped the Frankfurter and stuck it inside the cheese.
Cooked either the Frankfurters. That's the problem.
But
he's going to get salmonella.
Yeah, but the carbonara, it's not. First of all, it's not with tomato. I'm pretty sure this guy did it, like you said, just to piss.
He's done this to annoy people.
Just
100%.
to piss off people.
There's no way someone is eating this on a regular basis.
I hope not. But if I sent this to any of my Italian friends, I think 5 minutes later they will be here to slaughter me.
Mate, I still think you should do it. I think you should screenshot that and just send it to
Sebastiano.
My Italian dish.
Nah, he lives too close. He would kill me too fast.
You've got a lock on the door, mate.
Yeah, I know. No, that's all for today. There's not too many weird news.
All right. I know what you're up to, mate. You dodgy bastard.
You dodgy bastard.
You dirty bastard.
You dirty baskin.
Right.
I'll do tequila without anything. I don't need salt or whatever.
Sure.
I actually hate this.
Oh, I fucking hate tequila. Cunt.
Isn't tequila the thing that fucked you up the last time we were in a pub? When we went with Nico. He was buying tequilas, wasn't he?
I don't know if I talked the barman into pouring me Sambuca instead.
No, he didn't at the time. We did it once when it was Lewis buying.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Lewis.
Right, Bruno. Let's move on. We're gonna do truth or lies.
All lies.
So this week is about sort of traditional British sports. I mean, some people call them sports.
Some people just call
I'll
them
leave it up
something.
to you to judge. So I'm going to tell you some of them. Obviously, same as always is. Tell me if it's true or tell me
Wait,
if it's a
you're
lie.
giving me traditional British stuff to the only foreigner in this room. Even
Yeah,
the cats. Even the cats are more English than me because they were born here.
Bruno, it's going to be fine, alright? I don't know why you're panicking so much. You're not under investigation here.
Again.
This isn't to keep you in the country.
No, that's already done.
Yeah.
Shout out for that at
I
least.
know, and I'm fucking angry about it, to be honest.
That's already
Should all let
good.
you know, Bruno is now officially allowed to live in the UK. Well, permanently. He was allowed to before. We should point that out, actually. He was allowed to before.
Thanks,
This is
Boris.
for permanent residents. Yeah, thanks, Boris. As if I didn't have enough to be pissed off about. Right, anyway, Bruno, truth or lies?
Okay, dear friend.
Let's get back to truth or lies. Traditional English sports or British sports, okay? So the first one is something called wife carrying. Do you want a little description of what it is?
Yes.
So basically it's a race and fellas like carry their wife on their back.
Uh-huh.
So the wife is like legs on his back, and she wraps her arms around his waist. So
Okay.
she's upside down. And they sprint
Yeah.
and like in a race to see who wins, carrying their wife.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be your wife, it can just be your partner.
You love her.
You love her.
If you're a bigamist like
Yeah.
the other one,
Well,
you
yeah.
can have all three of them.
don't think he'd win. Somehow, carrying three of them.
It would slow him down.
So is that true or is that a lie? Is
It's
that
true.
a real thing?
It's true.
Is it? You've
I
been
know,
on?
I've seen it before. Actually, I've
yeah,
seen
that's
it.
true. Right. Next one. Bog snorkeling. You know what that is?
What the bog snorkeling?
Yeah. Do you know a little
Yeah,
description?
the little description.
Description is exactly what it fucking sounds like.
It's
Bog snorkel. People get in a bog and they swim along and they snorkel along so they can breathe
in the bog.
in a bog. Not a toilet.
I know,
Right.
I know. False.
It's true.
What?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
English people are fucking weird, mate. Boris,
Mate,
revoke that paper.
with you, mate. I was going to suggest we try out some of these. We go up to where these places are. Like the cheese race. You've seen that one,
The
haven't you?
cheese
Down
race,
the
I
hill.
would do that. I would do that.
I deliberately
Not
didn't
the
put that
bog.
one in because it'd be too obvious.
Not the bog snorkeling.
Right, next one, Bruno. Pig wrangling.
What the pig?
Pig
wrangle.
wrangling. So you obviously know what that means. Don't you?
Well, we have friends that know what's wrangling a pig much more than
Yeah.
us. I would say false.
It is a lie. I mean, it probably happens in some nightclubs, but it is a lie, Bruno. So the next one.
That's what happens at
Excuse me.
every fucking Friday.
The next one is it's burning tar barrels. So people run through the street with these huge barrels covered in tar that are on fire,
Yeah.
running along, and they keep doing it, and basically until the barrel is completely burnt away. So you imagine how hot it gets. Is that true or is that a lie?
I think that has to be a lie, man.
It's true, mate.
People are fucking insane.
It's
if they do
true.
that.
It's in a place called Ottery St Mary.
The
I
name
think
says
it's
it all.
it's either in Cornwall or Dorset or Devon, one of those two. The inspiration for Ottery St Catchpole, which is in the Harry Potter books, if you
Yeah.
remember. But yeah, it happens, and even some of the kids do it. There's a
That's-
kid event.
That's bad parenting 101.
You're only allowed to do it, I think, if you're from the town. So, it's a bit,
If the
Yeah.
kid dies,
It's
he's
a
from the
safety.
town at least.
yeah, I mean, it's some safety measures at least. Nice to know. Okay, final one. So something called tower jump. So people jump off the Blackpool Tower with no safety ropes into like a giant pool.
I think that's true.
That's a lie. It
Is
doesn't happen.
I don't know.
You've been duped.
I don't know, man. I've never seen the Blackpool Tower.
Yeah, that's a
anyways.
lie. I don't know how many you got right there. I stopped counting.
2.
All right. Well, you know what that means.
Shot.
Shot. So let's do this one. We'll do the JD honey. Little sweet one to
Where'd you
wash
get-
away this
Which,
terrible
which
tequila.
which plane did you steal that from?
This is from your house, fella. I found it in the cupboard. Which hotel did you get this from?
You don't want to know.
Hotel Transylvania,
California.
where you get most of your birds.
Is that a dig? Is that a dig that you're having?
Wasn't anything. All right,
God.
go on then, Slonter.
That's it. Somebody's on.
It's the ghost of your ex-girlfriend.
It's Kevin. Locked in the basement.
It's Kenneth.
Kenneth, yeah.
Your massive dildo is called Kenneth, Bruno. Have some respect for Kenneth, alright?
It's pink. Well, let's carry on.
We shall carry on. Okay, I'll tell you what, we've got a new section. There's not been any UFC in the last sort of week or so nothing to talk about there. But it has been announced that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury have agreed a 2-fight deal in principle. I heard it first from Eddie Hearn, but also Tyson's officially said it's true as well. So let's
that's interesting.
Load up a little bit of the article.
How much is Joshua willing to lose his belts?
Well, it depends. This is all going to be after the third fight. That's going to be between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, because that's not played out yet.
Yeah, if Fury keeps his belt after that.
I mean, I hope he does. The way he dominated the last one. Fury's expressed his delight at the news in a social media post. He said he would fight Joshua in 2021, but he would first have to overcome the hurdle in the road. Deontay Wilder in a third meeting. Fury's already contracted to fight him. So yeah, what do you make of that, Bruno?
I don't know. Is Wilder really gonna go for that third fight? Because after the
it's mandatory.
Fight,
it's mandatory.
Yeah, but you can actually pull yourself out of it.
No, but it's already been in the contract for the second one, so they have to do it. Otherwise, he has to probably give his belts back or give the money back. And Joshua's got to fight Dillian White as well. That's a mandatory fight he's got to do.
That's an interesting fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Dillian White's looking a bit tasty these days.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna be a complicated one for Joshua. But I think Joshua will win that one. But if he fights Fury, I'm not that sure.
Yeah, I think Fury is a difficult person for someone like Joshua. Really,
he's more technical than Joshua. Yeah. That's what I think.
Definitely. Whilst there isn't any UFC fights, there is UFC news. Conor McGregor has now announced his retirement again. He's retiring from the UFC because he's bored of the game. So Conor McGregor says he's retired from fighting because the game does not excite him, and he says he's frustrated over being offered stupid fights. He took to Twitter immediately after UFC 250 on Saturday to make the announcement. The post was met with scepticism, given this marks the third time in the space of 4 years that McGregor is calling it quits. So there you go, Bruno. He's bored of it. He's getting offered shit fights. It doesn't excite him.
What the fuck is he? JSP? George St. Pierre?
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. If they're giving him fucking silly options, like he's either definitely going to win or he's not really going to make any money from.
But that's the thing.
Why would you put yourself through it?
Why don't they make him fight Masvidal? Offer a fight.
Yeah, a proper
Masvidal,
fucking fight.
Or make him fight again with what's his name?
Let's fight Gagey.
Cage, yeah. For example.
Like, I don't blame him. At the end of the day, if you're not making much money from a shit fight with a not particularly
and he wants the
top
belt,
level fighter, what's the point?
He wants the belt.
Yeah.
He needs to have that fight again.
Well, even if he doesn't get the belt, he wants that fight to at least say either he loses and he can, at the end of the day, turn around and say, look, I'm not as good as him. Or he wouldn't. I mean, he definitely wouldn't fucking say it.
He probably would never say that.
No, I don't think he ever would. But, I don't blame him for that sort of reaction. But has he retired again?
I don't think so.
Something tells me no.
Is he retiring into the whiskey business?
Yeah, well, he's definitely making a fucking killing out of that.
He is,
I've got some of it here, pal.
He is. He is.
Right, anyway, Bruno, we'll move on. Urban Dictionary.
Are you sure?
It's time for Urban Dictionary Corner with Mr. Bruno Diaz.
Are you sure you want it? Because
this one's for all the lovers out there.
Calm down.
Here we go. Come on, straight in.
Straight in. Okay. Let's start this week on a nice note.
Can you finish drinking before you say it?
Ketchup pre-cum.
Go on then.
This is not too bad. It's the runny liquid that comes out of the ketchup bottle before the thicker actual ketchup comes out. Oh. Putting this in a day-to-day situation. Oh, dude, I just put ketchup pre-cum all over my hot dog.
Have you ever actually looked at when that's happened to you and thought, oh, it looks something like it pre-cum?
It looks.
Yeah.
Okay. No, let's go into a different one. Cosby sweater.
Oh, God. Okay, go on.
Cosby sweater is the sexual act of eating Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, Trix, and Blueberry, or any other bright color for breakfast cereals, and then vomiting the tacky, dazzling mixture onto your partner's chest. The result should look similar to the incredible sweaters that Bill Cosby wore during his highly successful 1980s sitcom, The Cosby Show.
Yeah, I expected that to be that way. To be fair.
Nicole was overjoyed to receive a Cosby sweater for her birthday.
Congratulations, Nicole.
I have this one for you. Clam jamming.
Let me just have a little sip of this first. I don't want to be spraying it everywhere.
What do you think a clam jamming is?
I could have hazard a guess, like gluing up a vagina or something.
When one lesbian interferes between a lesbian trying to pursue another lesbian, the female form of cock blocking. I would have gotten some pussy last night, but this bitch was clam jamming me.
What a bitch.
Okay. Neptune's kiss.
It's a funny word, funny little couple of words put together, really.
Yeah. So basically, it's the name given to the water / piss splash, which wets one's bottom when excreting a particularly heavy shit when set on the toilet.
Have you ever felt the tenderness of Neptune's kiss, Bruno?
Haven't we all? I was a victim of Neptune's kiss after having a shit. It's very cold.
Getting your salad tossed by a fucking toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been there before anyway.
Okay. Suicide wank. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna read it out now. I have no idea.
Okay.
When you're having a wank just before blowing your load, shout out "Mum" or "Dad," then try and finish the job before they get into your room.
We call that a danger wank here.
Yeah, suicide wank. That's
we call it a danger wank.
That's
Is it? No, I don't think. I mean, it's not suicide if your mum kills you, is it?
Well, no. Shit of 1,000 wipes.
I know exactly what this is already, and I reckon most people have been victim to this.
When poop breaks off halfway out of your ass and you wipe away at the stump as if it were a wet pastel poking out of your asshole.
Have you been victim to that as well?
No.
Don't lie.
You're a fucking liar, bro.
Wait, listen.
The amount of fucking cooked meat that you eat,
Yeah, probably.
you've been victim to that.
I won't be coming to work today as I've been cursed by the shit of 1,000 wipes.
I'd love to hear someone read that with real dramatic flair.
Okay. No. Okay.
Say it as if you're auditioning for a role, Bruno. Okay,
No,
I'm the
I'm
director.
good.
What I want from you is
Focus.
I want passion. I want focus. I want you to almost like a Don Corleone-esque.
That's why I'm not an actor. That's why I'm not No, it's just like, no.
We'll both give it a go. You go first, and I'll try it.
I won't be coming to work today as I've been cursed by the shit of 1,000 wipes.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Shall I do it? I'll do it. I won't be coming to work today. I've been cursed by a shit of 1,000 wanks. Oh, I got it wrong.
Not wanks, but it could be.
Yeah. Shit of 1,000 what? Anyway, we'll give it a go.
Okay, let's get this
Do
one.
you like that impression?
Yeah, it was good. I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound like morning, but it's not. It's morning wood, but like when you're mourning someone.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You know
when
what
you're
this
mourning
is?
a loss.
Yeah. You know what this is? When one pops a boner at a funeral or a wake. Damn man, did you see Jimmy's dead grandma? She gave me the morning wood.
Every time. Happens to me every time, mate.
Wouldn't be surprised. Okay, we're done for today.
Well,
It's probably better that we stop now.
and on a rather morbid note.
No,
but-
okay. Let me try another one just to finish.
Well, I mean, you said it was the last.
No, it's no. This is
Going back
we
in your
had-
words a bit, you know.
No, I know, but let's.
You don't want
do-
to be labelled a liar.
Okay, let's do one thing.
Okay. Taking a long time here. You have to sit here. Apologies to the viewers and listeners. Bruno is ill prepared.
No. I am actually very well prepared. So
Well,
I want to
not
make.
really.
I want to make it a little.
find one for yourself as well,
I
pal.
will. I'll find both. Do you want... So, let's go. Your name is Michael. Do you want the Dirty Mike, Dirty Michael, or both?
Both.
Okay, so let's start with the Dirty Mike. In case anyone's wondering what a Dirty Mike is when the guy...
I'm sure. Do you know what I reckon? I reckon all three of our listeners...
are wondering.
Two of us are included here. I was sat there wondering what a dirty mic is.
Even that cat is wondering. He's looking like...
Editor Kiko is looking down and saying, cut this shit out.
So basically a dirty mic is when the guy puts a slice of cheese of his choice on the girl's vagina and then a bun and eats her out.
Wait, just a vagina?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll try that.
I was going to McDonald's and get a Big Mac, but I decided to have a dirty mic with my girlfriend.
Yep.
Sounds like a...
Yeah. I mean, don't judge what people do in the privacy of their own bedroom, is all I'm saying. If I do then choose to do this, don't fucking judge me. Okay, I've got a bit of a dodgy Tinder bio. You know, it says I'm cockalicious. It mentions I'm addicted to gun crime and bigamy. And when I do send you a message if we match, and I offer you a dirty mic, don't fucking judge me.
Yeah, no, good. Dirty Michael is actually what we spoke before. It's related to the shit of 1,000 wipes.
Oh, okay.
A Dirty Michael is when you go to the bathroom to take a medium-sized turd, and while the log is exiting your cornhole, the bastard decides to break in half. After this, you have to up your ass at least 30 times to get rid of all the fecal matter.
Here we go, Bruno. I can't come to work today. I'm struggling with a dirty Michael.
Let's do the Dirty Bruno then.
I know the Dirty Bruno. I've seen the film.
Dirty Bruno is really good. It's just the shit in the sink of a place that you hate.
Alright, Bruno, I apologise for that. I've now grown to like the place, alright?
I hate Andrew, so I'm going to give him a Dirty Bruno.
I think someone found out that I did shit in your sink, and because it's Bruno's face...
I actually thought it was our editor that did that. No,
yeah, I mean, he does do a lot of shit. So.
He does.
Alright, well that was Urban Dictionary, guys.
Sorry for that.
Thank you, Bruno, for such wonderful enlightenment that you have bestowed upon us in our lives. But let's move on.
Living and learning.
Let's talk about... We're not going to be recording for next week at least, maybe the week after as well. Bruno has decided that a global pandemic is the best time to travel abroad just to get his end away. So, what?
I'm just visiting my girlfriend.
Yeah, and what are you going to be doing?
Having some...
You're going to go to a winery?
Yeah.
They don't have wineries in Serbia, Bruno.
Mate, I don't know.
They barely have electricity.
Sorry, Christina, I hope you never listen to this.
Christina, have you discovered fire yet? How did Bruno pull you? Was it hitting you over the back of the head with a club and then dragging you back to his cave?
She's gonna fucking kill me when she listens to this.
If I speak English quickly enough, she probably won't be able to keep up with the pace, maybe?
She's going to kill me after what I'm going to say now because it's funny because she listened to our first podcast and she said to me, I don't understand what Michael says, a single word.
It's funny that she says that when I speak English in an English accent.
Because she doesn't understand the accent. For her, it's... Come on.
What? She doesn't understand an English accent speaking English. Is that racism?
No.
I don't know.
No, she doesn't understand it because she never, lived with it, like, proper English accent. Where she
but
works,
I think I speak quite clearly.
No,
I
you do.
Enunciate and pronunciate.
I think it's just the case that she needs to get used to listen to it. Because where she works, the English there, it's terrifying.
Well, me and her are going to fall out already. Let's get on to what we were going to talk about.
Okay, let's go.
Before you started talking about the things you're going to do to your girlfriend.
Whoa!
Pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. The listeners and viewers don't need to know about it.
You just need to know I'm taking cheese with me.
Let's talk about travel. We're going to talk about travel more in depth on a different podcast.
Really? I just said I'm going to take cheese with me and not even a joke.
Wait. It's almost like I'm there with you. Yeah. Just make sure you FaceTime me at the same time. Are you going to eat the cheese whilst I'm there? Just like, is that Wensleydale? Is that Edam? What is that? Fuck you. Talk about travel, all right, Bruno. So we'll talk more in depth about travel on a later podcast. Places we've been, for example. Let's talk about like dream places. Where are some of the places in the world that you would absolutely love to go and visit?
I would love to go to Sydney.
Okay.
I would actually love to go to Japan.
Just Sydney, nowhere else in Australia? Or?
No, I would. I would like to go to.
One day.
Yeah,
And then leave.
I would like to go to Australia, obviously.
Okay.
But Sydney is one of the locations I would like to visit.
What about Sydney draws you in? What?
That's the thing. I've never been in Australia. I like the Australian people. Sydney looks amazing in pictures, everything. So I would actually like to go there and visit.
You going
the
there
Sydney
just for the
Opera
Instagram?
House.
Outside the Opera House.
No, I would like to go there and visit the city because it looks amazing with the river outside. Not
So
really
I met some Australians. I think one of them was from Sydney when I was in Galway with our friend Lewis. Shout out to Lewis. It's his birthday next week.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is.
So I'll say happy birthday now. I'll say it to you when I see you on the day as well, but whatever. I met some Australians with him when he was in Galway last year, I think. And they were just talking
Without
about
me,
how
by the way.
expensive. Yeah, I mean, you know, we invited you. You had better things to
I
do.
was in Miami.
You were having a pokey
sorry.
bum wank.
I was in Miami.
You're
I'm
having a
sorry.
dirty mic with someone in Miami.
If she's not gonna kill me before, she's gonna kill me now.
No, so in Galway, but all they were talking about was how expensive alcohol is in Australia, mainly Sydney, especially as it being a big city.
No, it's one of the biggest ones.
They were saying like you can only get in certain measurements as well. The only one I can remember is a schooner. I just love the way they say it, like, you know, a fucking schooner, mate.
What's the equivalent to a schooner?
I don't know. I don't remember what it was.
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying.
you probably were
He
hammered.
said the word schooner in his Australian accent. I was just like, that's fucking brilliant. I like that.
Was that on the night of the Africa song?
No, that was a different night.
Okay, cool.
That was,
we need to talk about that somewhere along in a podcast.
It was just me dancing to the song Africa by Toto.
No, we need to talk about your alcohol addiction. That's different.
What do you mean? This isn't an intervention video. Because if it is, I intervention you as well. Because you've got the same problem, pal. How dare you? I'm right. Listen, anywhere else other than Sydney?
Japan. I would like to go to Tokyo.
Yeah,
for sure. That's one of the
you wouldn't do well. You wouldn't do well in Japan.
Why?
They don't like sex offenders.
The fuck? That was actually totally unexpected.
If your girlfriend listens to this, I'm not sure you will still have a girlfriend by the time next week when you're travelling to Serbia to meet her.
I'm definitely
yeah.
not
Japan,
sending this to her.
Japan is amazing. But yeah, anywhere else? Come on.
I don't know.
If you watch Japanese porn, sex offenders are apparently very popular, but
No,
we'll move on from that quickly.
let's not dwell into that because too much knowledge there.
Anywhere else other than
No, Australia and Japan because if it's probably the few places I haven't been.
Would you not want to go to like Bolivia, South America,
South America,
Amazon? You know, go to the Amazon,
No,
visit the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, that I wouldn't
You know,
mind.
visit
going.
somewhere like Kenya or Uganda with beautiful wild animals in their natural habitat.
I don't know. Well, maybe.
What
Maybe
about
Kenya.
going somewhere like, you know, Machu Picchu, the reward of walking and climbing those huge
I
amount
would
of
like to
steps
go to
for the
the
beautiful site?
Great Wall of China.
Okay.
That's something I would like to go. I would like to go to. I've been there.
So would
but
you
I would
you
like to go there
just,
again?
Would you like to just visit like the wonders of the world, for example?
I would like to do that, but I also would like to do other stuff. Like I said to you, I've been there before in Iceland, but I would like to go in Iceland with time because I was there
Yeah.
at work.
I think it'd be good if we went there. I think we'd have a great
I
time.
would actually like to go to Reykjavik and have time to explore it because I was there
Yeah.
only one night.
It'd be good as well. I don't know if you've seen that show Travel Man.
Yeah.
Where he goes there and they go to elf school. Have you seen that?
No.
They massively believe in elves in Iceland.
Really?
Yeah. And they've got different types. It's brilliant. I'd love to go there just to hear about it.
I would
Obviously, it's fucking mental. It doesn't exist, but I'd love to go
I
there
want
and
to do
hear about
that.
it.
I want to go back to Norway again
Yeah.
because Oslo the first time was not one
Yeah,
of the
just
best
I'd
things ever.
like to go to all of the Scandinavian countries, to be honest, and visit them. I'd like to go far up north as well and just experience extreme cold.
I would
because
like to go to Ecuador.
Ecuador? Why?
I don't know. It's one of the
Why
places.
not Venezuela?
Well, I heard it's not a very good place to go now.
Not if you're, only if you're Venezuelan. Be alright.
Even if you're not, it's not a very good place.
Yeah, but we can handle ourselves, can't we?
Oh,
Against
I
cartels.
don't know. Let's go to Colombia then.
Yeah, big time. Let's go to Medellin.
Let's
Yeah.
go to Medellin. Why not? Visit his grave, say hello, see how's everything.
You've seen some of the women from Medellin in Bogota. Get me there. And apparently they're all fucking randy as fuck. If you listen to that podcast, what was it? Was it the number one we did? It sold out of fucking sex toys in the Colombian section.
Yeah.
Mate, I think we need to go to Colombia.
I can't, Christina, I'm not going to Colombia, that's fine.
No, he's just going to watch, alright? He's not going to join in, he's just going to watch.
No, but...
look, but don't touch.
South America, yeah, I would like to go... Well, as a Portuguese, I would like to go to Brazil and just...
I think as a Portuguese person in Brazil, it would be very dangerous for you.
It will, but I would like to go there just to see
if
how
you
it
told
is.
them you were from Brazil, do you reckon they'd detect the
I cannot make their accent.
No.
It's different. Because it's the same thing as you speak English, Americans don't speak English.
You don't quite look the part as well, do you?
No, I don't look Brazilian.
They look like you've lived in Rio for years.
No, I would need to be a little bit darker than what I am to be Brazilian. No, but, you know what I said. The sun, you know what I mean.
Anywhere else is that it?
I would like to go to South Africa, Cape Town.
Okay.
Cape Town or Durban, I would actually like to go and visit.
Yeah.
I've been in Africa in a few countries. Mainly
Are these
Portuguese.
the countries that
they used to be Portuguese
country colonised and abused?
Yeah.
With a dark
Even though I didn't go there to abuse anyone, I just went to visit.
I would actually like to go to Angola, where our good friend Paolo is from. He keeps saying he'd love to go there with us. It's just so expensive to fly there.
It is. It's very expensive to Angola, especially because Luanda is one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. And then you have another problem in Luanda. Don't get me wrong.
He lives on the outskirts of Luanda as
That's a good thing. If he lives outside, it's not too bad. But in Luanda, the chances of you having trouble for the fact that you're white, it's very big. Because the poverty there it's or 8 or 80. It's or you're very rich.
Yeah, I mean, our boy would look after us. He's a good guy. He'd look after us.
I know, but it's complicated. But I would like to go there. I would like to go to Kenya. Kenya is actually a nice place to go.
Well, I was going to get into the places I'd love to go, but basically, so many countries in Africa I'd love to go, just purely based on the diverse cultures they have. Because you can go to the ones where you can see the beautiful wildlife in the natural habitat and see the beauty of it. You can go to somewhere, like Kenya to see that, Uganda, Swaziland.
I would like to go to Egypt, not because of the pyramids or anything.
I'm a big fan of ancient Egyptian history.
To the Nile area, and I would also like to go to Jordan, to Petra. I would like Africa. To go to the I know. I'm talking about
to see the city of Petra. Yeah, that would be brilliant.
That's something that I would love to.
Again, that's wonders of the world. So we could probably try and go to the places of the wonders of the world.
There's one place that I would like to go. Shit, I forgot the name. The one that was literally destroyed. Pompeii. Yeah, Pompeii. I would like to go there.
There's a lot of places. I mean, I'd love to go to Iceland. Like I said, I think we should try and go to some of these places where we can.
Iceland is not too expensive. Yeah. It's actually really good.
It's a long trip though. It's not, even though it's not that far. It's the effort of travel to get there.
If we go to Iceland, we have a thing that we're gonna have to fly from here to Dublin and from Dublin to Iceland
or to Scotland, and then
we don't. There's no direct.
But I'd love to go to South America. Most of the countries there. I'd love to go to somewhere like Canada or Alaska.
I would like to go to Toronto.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Alaska,
Toronto, Vancouver, Quebec.
I would like to go to how do you call it? There's a place. I think it's a Canadian place. Newfoundland. Newfoundland. That's really good.
That's what those massive dogs are named after.
And I would like to go to how do you call it? In Portuguese, we say Groenlandia.
Greenland.
Did
you sit there and think, oh, what is Groenlandia in English? Because I know in Portuguese it means Greenland.
No, because it doesn't mean Greenland when we call it Groenlandia. It's not green. It's different. It's not the same thing. But Greenland. I would like to go there. Antarctica, I would like to go.
I'd love to go to Antarctica. I don't think we would be... The problem with us is, Bruno, we would be ill-prepared for somewhere like Antarctica.
What gives it away? What fucking gives it away?
I do love the cold, though, so maybe I'd find a place I'd want to move to. If I could bring my dog there...
You a dog and a penguin and a fucking giggle.
Penguin. I mean, the penguin wouldn't last. He'd fucking kill it. As soon as my back was turned.
He'd
savage it. Alright, yeah, I mean, yeah, again, Australia for me, India as well. Love to go to it. I'd love to travel around India because there's so many different places.
And it's very different from
you have the craziness of New Delhi or Chennai or Bangalore, or you have the craziness of Goa or something like that. But somewhere I'd love to go is where you must know about Rudyard Kipling, the Jungle Book, etc. Is a place called Pondicherry or Puducherry.
Puducherry, yeah.
Beautiful, just fucking forestry and beauty.
I would go to Indonesia.
Yeah,
I would
Java,
like to go there. Bali,
Bali,
Jakarta in Indonesia. Timor, that's a small island. But then I would go to New Zealand. New Zealand is something that I would actually like to go. But
yes. New Zealand, Fiji, Tonga,
those
Samoa,
Samoa, even Samoa, I would like to go. I have some friends from Samoa.
Singapore would be
Macau.
amazing.
Macau, it's
I know someone who's Portuguese, but they're from Macau.
I know a lot of them. I know a lot of people from Goa, the Mount, and the free cities in the coast, because they used to be from the Portuguese.
James's family from Goa.
Yeah, his father told me about it.
But yeah, I'd love to go to places like that. On the other podcast, we'll talk about the places we've actually been, because we've just spoken about a lot of places we'd love to go, but we have had the brilliant opportunities to go to some wonderful places in the world.
Thankfully, yeah.
We'll get onto them on another podcast. But yeah, we'll move on from that. We've spoken quite a bit, so let's let's do rumours, Bruno. I've got some more rumours.
Forgot about the rumours.
More rumours about you. So we'll get straight into it. So the first one I've heard about you is you're in the running to be Tory leader in 2030.
Funny story. It's true.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's true. Tory?
Yeah, well, what can I say? It's the only ones that accept me.
You're saying you hate the EDL.
How do you think I got my paperwork to stay in the UK?
Do you read much of the Daily Mail? Let's move on. Right, Bruno, let's move on to the next one. So apparently I've heard, this is a rumour I've heard, that your biggest fear is this fictional character, this fictional demon called Bobby Ballbags.
Bobby Ballbags.
Is that true?
Yeah, I actually have nightmares about this cunt.
Do you wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat?
Yeah.
Bobby Ballbags has been in. You thinking,
I can see him at the door.
Maybe that's sleep paralysis or something like
that.
I don't
know, mate.
Some Alright, next rumour, Bruno. Next rumour. Your OnlyFans page was a huge mistake.
It was. Nobody subscribed to it.
Apparently it ended up costing you money.
It did, especially... Yeah, no, let's not dwell into that.
Come on, no,
I'm just saying it's not successful as James one.
He's doing bits.
He's doing good, huh? He's living off it.
Alright, Bruno, next one. You were the Portuguese representative for Eurovision in 2013.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah, that makeup was shit, mate, I have to tell you.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was me, man.
How'd you get on?
But third place, maybe? From the bottom.
From the bottom. Perfect position.
I was really annoyed because...
These orgies, that's the place you put in it first from the bottom.
I was really annoyed because Conchita won that one.
I don't think she won that one. She did have a better beard than you. Let's be honest.
She did. At the time, she did. Yeah.
Alright, we'll get on to the final one. Final rumour I've heard is you've been on an acid high for 9 years.
Well, okay. Still counting? Or
yeah. It's ongoing.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
When's it gonna wear off?
Never.
Let's keep topping it up. Come on. Keep it going.
Every day. What do you think my breakfast is?
I've never felt this good in my life.
What do you think my breakfast is? A bit of acid and coffee.
Yeah. The problem is, Bruno, you're doing battery acid.
Yeah. What do you think I had so many problems with my previous car?
So, do you know what, Bruno? I think every single one of them was true this week.
Yeah, this week, yes.
So
funny story.
The scary thing is, these rumours are getting more and more close to home.
Yeah.
They're getting more and more true. Like, the first week, I think only a couple of them were.
Yeah, now
second week,
getting...
3 or 4.
Last week, all of them.
Last week, all of them. This week, all of them. It's worrying. How many rumours I'm hearing about you, first of all.
I just want to know who the fuck are you talking to?
I was going to ask you that. Are you wondering what my source is for this?
Yeah, I am.
Do you know what? A proper journalist never reveals his source.
Fuck you.
You know, like a policeman never reveals the snitch.
Well,
unless he wants him gone, obviously. But
yeah.
Maybe if I want him gone one day, I'll reveal.
It's not like
Bruno,
I'm going to do anything.
All of them were true. And we know what that means.
Shot.
It is a shot, but let's talk about what we're going to drink. Because it's almost like the elephant in the room. I don't know if the camera's picking up from that distance or with your laptop in a way with what it is.
I think it's only getting the 3 last letters.
Unicum.
I love a bit of Unicum.
What's his name? Got him.
How do you pronounce that?
I think again, it was on Travel Man. It's like Unicum or something like that.
We need to ask Ginge to pronounce this.
We could do, but I can't be bothered.
No,
it's a Hungarian liqueur. Liqueur is a loose term for... I mean, you'll love this. It's basically battery acid.
Mate, that doesn't keep me
It's going to top up your fucking...
That doesn't keep me on an acid high for 9 years.
We've only tried a little bit of it from places. So now we're going to do a full shot. And, you know, if we die in the middle of recording...
If we die in the recording.
Please show this to my mother and tell her... I blame you.
You maniac.
She's never drank a day in her life, but...
Neither did mine. Bless them.
Doesn't even look nice.
Even Jägermeister looks better than that.
It's all over the coaster as well.
Did you do some pre-ketchup cum?
I did some pre-Unicum.
Ketchup. Unicum pre-cum.
Pre-Unicum. Oh, I'm not...
Wait, let me just smell this again.
Don't smell it. It's going to make it so much worse.
Oh, what? No, before we drink it, what does this smell of? What do you get from it? Because
the death of 1,000 people. Shall I read off the back?
It's in
Do you remember when we read out the Japanese whiskey I got? It had a really good description of the origins and it was beautiful. I'll read off the back of this. Zwak Unicum herb liqueur, produced and bottled by Zwak Unicum Niet, Hungary.
Niet.
Ingredients: water, alcohol. That's good to know.
Good.
Glucose, fructose, syrup, herb distillates and extracts, caramel.
That's what I smell.
Yeah, they could have done them with probably could have done with more caramel, to be honest.
But the thing is,
yeah, that's the history of Unicum.
What kind of herbs does it have? Do they come from Holland?
I don't think it's got herb. I think it's just like herb.
Not herb.
I think it herb is in, you know.
No, I'm pretty sure Herb died and he's inside this fucking glass.
Yeah, they milked him before he died.
Pretty good. Slancha.
Slancha. Oh, fuck. You know, at first it's just like Jaeger, right? First tastings. But the aftertaste is one of the most horrific things that has ever happened to me.
Can I actually eat one of the batteries from your vape?
It's one of the worst. The aftertaste is one of the worst things that's ever happened to me. Like I said, at the start, Jaeger, similar taste, but now, and the aftertaste is now getting worse and worse, and I feel like dying.
I can feel it burning. I lost the will to live.
Have you lost the will to live as well?
Yeah.
Oh God, this is not good. I'm gonna have to wash it down, man. People drink this in Hungary. They drink this like water. You know. Ugh.
Fuck. That's why they're in Hungary.
It's so bad. I'm almost like pour myself a sambuca to wash it down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was looking at the sambuca and I'm thinking that might be a good idea. Yes, let's wash that down with sambuca.
Bruno, we've done a shot of weird liquor from Hungary. You know what that means.
Fucking hell.
Let's wash it down with a delicious Antica Sambuca classic. It's so much more elegant. Look, it's got that elegant pouring mechanism. It's got a lovely sound as it comes out. It's mixed very well with the Unicum that was in the glass.
That's going to be a problem.
It's problematic.
Oh my god.
It looks like canal water.
Well, I don't know. Let me look outside of the window.
Slancha.
Jesus.
Lord save me. Okay, that's not that bad. That's alright.
Oh man, don't you feel your mouth burning when it goes inside? And
so much better though, isn't it? It has genuinely washed away all remnants of that filth.
Yeah, let's put some Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple inside to wash the rest.
Mate, we're fucking going crazy today. We've done a shot of Sambuca, Bruno. You know what that means.
Party on. That's how bad ideas start.
I think this is a bad idea personally because the Sambuca clings to the glass like a hungry babe clinging to a teat.
Thank God we're so sober. For long,
Are we sober?
I don't know.
I don't even know anymore. What day is it? Fucking hell. Come on.
That's my glass.
All right, Jesus. I'd sell you out to the Romans.
I don't want any fun. Thank you. This was the shittiest idea we ever had.
That one wasn't bad, actually. That was alright. Woo!
Sambuca again? No, I'm kidding. Let's carry on. No.
Shall I read off a couple jokes and then we'll
No. Why do I agree with that?
Because you're saying no in a very no, yes, pour me one kind of way.
I'll try to catch that flight on Wednesday, Christina.
You're
I
like,
cannot guarantee it, but I'll try.
You're like, no, pour me one, bitch. Alright, Bruno. Let me give you some jokes then. I found some more jokes off various
Sources?
questionable sources, we'll call them. I've tried to siphon them to the least offensive. Okay. I bought my blind friend a cheese grater for his birthday. A week later, he told me it was the most violent book he's ever read.
Crying. I'm actually crying.
That one funny, is it?
You should have left that to the end. That one hit too close to home.
Yeah, Bruno, that's number one.
The most violent book.
Today was a terrible day. My ex got hit by a bus and I lost my job as a bus driver.
I know a few people that would actually do that.
You're fucking one of them, pal.
I would do it any day.
Let's move on to the next one, Bruno. I have a step ladder because my real ladder left when I was a kid.
My real story of someone's life.
Oh, we'll do the next one and then we're going to do another shot, right? Why did the mailman die?
Do I want to know?
Because everybody dies.
Okay. What can I... Still, why am I laughing at this? This was not even fun. This was not even fucking funny. Because everyone dies.
It is funny.
What are you doing?
That's what you're laughing. We've got to do another shot, mate. Come on.
You know, shots, it's what actually fucks us up on nights out, right?
Shots are very bad for you.
I know. Keep them pouring.
Garçon? One more, please.
Next time I go to Whelan's, I'm going to put a 50 on top of the counter. Keep it coming, boy.
How much Sambuca you got, pal? Give me the bottle.
Actually, this Sambuca is better than the one they sell at Whelan's.
No, that's the one they sell.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
How
not.
dare you?
Did you steal it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Delicious. Said no one ever.
It tastes like cough medicine.
Yeah.
Cough
Tastes,
syrup.
yeah. Tastes like the memory of some of the nights I've had. Moving on.
What memory?
My friend glued himself to his autobiography, Bruno.
Why?
I know, I didn't believe him, but that's his story and he's sticking to it.
We're gonna need to start making a section called Dead Jokes.
Do you not get that? You don't get it. That's a problem. You don't understand
I
it.
did get it.
That's gone straight over your head.
No, I did get it. That's the problem.
The problem is that one's gone straight over
That's
your
a
head.
proper dead joke.
That one's gone straight over your head.
No, that's a proper dead
It's fine.
joke, and that's a
Bruno,
bad
it's
one.
fine. Admit it. It's gone
That's
straight over your
no,
head.
it didn't. That's a bad one. It's not funny at all.
Just because it's not...
Not funny for me. Not funny for me.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, we'll see if you'll laugh to this one. A man with no arms and legs was sunbathing. 3 beautiful girls notice him. The first girl walks over to him and says, "Have you ever been hugged?" The man nods. Well, this says he nods. I guess he shakes his head and says no.
Yeah.
So she hugs him. The second girl asks, "Have you ever been kissed?" He shakes his head and said no. So she kisses him. And the third girl asks, "Have you ever been fucked?" The man shakes his head and says no. And she says, "Well, you are now because the tide's coming in." Dead jokes, he says. He says dead jokes. Actually.
No, that's a dead joke. Literally.
All right.
Dead.
Bruno, did you know that a Siberian tiger can absolutely devour a 7-year-old girl in about 45 seconds?
No.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But anyway, I lost my job at the petting zoo today.
Okay.
This one,
It wasn't a strong finish, but it's good.
my girlfriend died because I couldn't remember her blood type. Her last words were B positive, but it's just so hard without her.
You tried at least. You tried, man.
I tried to be positive every day.
Oh, poor sod.
Good riddance.
Oh, fuck this. Well, not the first time.
It was a mistake doing that because the camera's recording.
I was gonna make a few jokes, but I cannot make them.
Yeah, well,
I cannot say those.
you and jokes don't really mix that well, do they?
Oh,
So-
mate. The problem is the jokes that I have are very...
Racist? That's getting edited out. A paedophile, a con man, and a priest walk into a bar. The barman asks, "What can I get you, father?" I'm so glad. I mean, the Catholic Church aren't going to watch this, are they?
You shouldn't have given me these shots because I'm gonna start dwelling into that.
You're gonna behave yourself because we're going to move on to the next one. It's a little bit lighter. You'll probably have a problem because it's not dark enough for you. To the person who stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will find you. You have my word.
And your Excel and your
And my
PowerPoint.
And my Microsoft Access that no one's used since 20.
Yeah, this was I was gonna ask you. Have you ever used
2010.
fucking Microsoft Access in your life?
Oh, I think they have done away with that.
And Microsoft Publisher. Why the fuck would you use that?
I used that in ICT in school. I made some bad boy websites.
10 years ago.
I made some bad boy business cards.
Bad boy porn sites. Hogwarts.
Alright, Bruno, next one. A Spanish magician says he will disappear on the count of 3. He says uno, dos, and then poof. He disappears without a trace.
Without a trace. Without a trace. Okay.
Alright, we only got 2 more, Bruno. So this one, you'll like this
Make them count.
one. There's 3 more, sorry. You like this one. You've got to hand it to blind prostitutes.
Yes, you have to handle. Yes, you have to hand it.
Right.
That's only that, right? There's nothing more. Because you really need to hand it to blind prostitutes.
There you go.
They will not see it coming. They cannot see it coming.
So Bruno, this guy with premature ejaculation problem comes out of nowhere. And the blind prostitute couldn't see it coming. That wasn't even part of the joke. I'm just riffing. We're having fun.
That was funny.
Final joke. This is one that I've actually made up. I don't know if you're going to like it or not. We'll see. My mum told my brother off as a kid for picking on a dumb dwarf. She said it's not big and it's not clever. Okay, let's finish it off.
Oh my god.
We'll finish it off with a shot. What shot should we do? We got tequila, JD,
Unicom.
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 We'll finish it off with Unicom.
And then we'll do a tequila. Or a sambuca.
We can't have a fucking 20-minute outro of us doing all the shots.
Not.
Oh, fuck it, let's do a Unicom. Guys, we suffer for your pleasure. Just like Bruno's girlfriend.
Well, I don't know who suffers or whose pleasure in that case.
Your pleasure and her suffering.
It's both pleasure.
Oh, I already know this about it.
Do you wanna make this better? Or stupider? Put it down.
I don't know. if I
Put
want
it
to.
down.
I don't know. if I want
Let's play by my rules now. Put it down.
Your rules, all right, Daddy.
Get
calm
the
down.
get the book out
You
and
want
wash it down with
finna,
book.
you finna mix them up.
Yes. Why not? We haven't done stupid shit like this in a long time.
Yes, we fucking have. Do stupid shit every day.
What have I done? What have I done? This is not
You're telling me you haven't given yourself a strangulation wank in the last 3 days?
suicide wank. That's what you mean?
No, I'm talking about strangulation. Man.
Oh, the one choking
Tie
myself
the
in
belt around
the
your
corridor.
neck and then
Tie it to your cupboard.
No, mate, I didn't. Not in the last couple of weeks.
Bad idea.
I don't know why the fuck I
Thank
thought
you
about this.
for blessing me with these shots. Slanger.
Sláinte. Oh my god. Is it good?
Ooh.
It actually goes down better than if it's without sambuca.
Yeah. Which is never been said before.
Yeah.
That has never been said before.
Actually, it
We've
doesn't.
made history here today,
It
Bruno.
doesn't.
No, it doesn't. That was a lie.
Fuck this.
Alright, everyone. That's been episode 4 of the No Ball Games podcast. We've derailed ourselves largely.
I still have one thing to say
Oh.
regarding our first episode. I remembered something
Yeah.
from the first episode.
You could have waited until before I said goodbye.
No.
no go.
It's just a quick thing. I know we have a little bit of time.
Yeah, well,
Did you
hurry up.
did you see the news that say that Carol Baskin's late husband will was falsified? That it was she who created it. So I only have one
Yeah.
thing to add to this. She actually fucking
The
did
The thing
it.
about it is,
When, obviously, you must remember episode 2 of the podcast
Yeah.
when I had that recording of when I was a an auditor
Yeah.
in that Wall Street firm,
Yeah, I know.
and Carol Baskin was missing from that meeting.
She fucking did it.
That bitch did it. Thank you very much, everyone.
Peace,
Auf
guys.
Wiedersehen.
Off.
goodbye.
See you next week.
Arrivederci and all